Hey y'all, how are you? I hope that this finds you well. July is almost here. Today's Monday, July 1st is Thursday. I've been thinking about One Book July for, I don't know, a whole month. And I'm really excited because it's time for the One Book July challenge. Ro has already done the introductory video, what this year, which is version 7.0, is going to be about. Now, if you're not sure of what One Book July is, I'm going to give you a very brief explanation, just in case you're new. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. One Book July originally started in 2014 with one book, one pen, 1 month. It was originally Ro from Rhomany's Realm, Carie Harling from Dispatches from the Frat House, and Miss Vicky Bee. Since then, they've added a couple other people to the mix. They have went through project planning, digital planning, the bullet journal. I think they did the bullet journal like 2 years. Every year they've talked about planning systems and how important your actual planning system is. People have added all different kinds of projects, from art journaling to DIY projects. And this year, the special project, I guess the special part of the One Book July challenge, has to do with routines and habits. That's something I am trying to really work on and have been working on for quite a while now, since I started working from home, because it's much different working from home than it is working outside of the home. Here, my schedule has been much more of a creative chaos kind of schedule. And what I really need is more of a disciplined, creative kind of schedule. So I'm trying to work on routines and habits. Brian Tracy said, "Good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. Bad habits are easy to form, but hard to live with." And if you think about it, people have been talking about this kind of stuff since Aristotle, who said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." Our habits and routines are very important. And I have tried one book to rule them all. I've done the one book to rule them all quite a bit. I actually have a lot of videos on my channel about the Omni Journal. Now, I do a lot of Omni journaling in my bullet journal. Simplifying things, getting back to sort of the basics with planning, has really helped me refine my system in a lot of ways. If you need a bit of a break from all of the fuss with your planning, or if you need to refine your system, or if you just need a bit of a change, going to one book, whether it's a traveler's notebook with some inserts, or one big notebook, or something like the Rhomany Cousin, or maybe Happy Planner, you could, any number of things. The disc bound planners, I think for some people, are easier because you can put things in and take things out. It depends on you and what your system is and what you need, but you can change things up. It's gone from projects and project planning to digital planning to the bullet journal, and now we're doing routines and habits. And one of the things I really want to concentrate on is getting started with a routine that involves me and myself, as in self-care, self-improvement, meditation, morning pages, health and fitness, moving my body, working out, getting my work done, being creative, having some creative time for myself, to household stuff, to things like, when did I last change the air conditioner filter? Well, Ro asked that question, and I actually know it was in June, because I actually keep up with that in my bullet journal. I think I have it in both the Rhomany and the bullet journal, because the Rhomany Cousin is more of my personal and home and family kind of planner, whereas the bullet journal does a lot of, it's the workhorse for work, and the Rhomany Cousin is the workhorse for more of like the home stuff. So both of them have some similar, and I am a bit redundant in them, but redundancy is not an issue because I have ADHD. Because I have ADHD, I sometimes need to have multiple reminders so that I don't forget things. So since I want to get started with a routine, in order to have a good routine, a routine that really works for me, I need to incorporate some better habits. I need to work on some of my habits. The very best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself. Well, I think the very best thing I can do for myself and for the the whole of my world and all those wonderful people in it, my tribe, is to have a better routine, to have better habits, not only for my work, for my online content, but for our house and the things that are going on in the house, for the doctors, because I have been having some doctor's appointments and stuff. If you're not aware, my brother died at the end of March, and he was my younger brother, my only sibling, and he had a heart disease. He didn't even know he had heart disease. I have been working on getting to different appointments, doing different things. Last year was the dumpster fire year, so I missed quite a few things like my mammogram and things like that. So it's time for me to get things going, and I'm at an age where it's really important to keep up with certain things. So I have to go get a tetanus shot, which I've not had in probably 2 decades. This year I've already started. I got new glasses. I went to the eye doctor, got new glasses and contacts. I went to my doctor, got on medicine for the ADHD, the depression, and the anxiety. I am on a better medicine now. I'm actually forming a routine with it, and things are finally starting to get better. I am going to be setting up some therapy appointments. I think therapy would benefit me at this stage. May was Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think every month should be mental health awareness. I'm concentrating on a lot of things, and I think it's really important that I keep with some of the system that I have been using that's really been working well, and using the bullet journal method in my notebook and the Hobonichi planner, the Hobonichi cousin, as my planner for home and me personally, and so we know what's going on, finances, all of that good stuff. I'm trying to improve a lot, and so there's a lot going on. I've got doctor's appointments, and they want me to keep up with my mood and my sleep patterns, and I have a sleep test tomorrow evening, Tuesday night. I'm nervous about that one. I had a biopsy done for melanoma on my hand and my thigh, so hopefully sometime this week I will be getting the results back from that, and it will be good news. I'm trying to move into better, healthier habits. We have bicycles that we are going to start bicycle riding now that the weather's nicer. So starting to hopefully this afternoon, if it's not raining, me and my son and my husband are going to go bicycle riding. Most people, when they think about a routine, most creative people are either get up early in the morning and get started, or they're stay up late at night and do. It depends for me. If I get an idea and I have to work late, I can do that. But if I do that for too much, it really affects my sleep patterns, and I have some issues with insomnia. Once I get off of my routine, it's very hard for me to get back on it. I end up staying up late a lot, and I am at this place in my life where I can get a lot more done when it's quiet. So if I can get up really early in the morning with David and start my day early in the morning while it's quiet and cool, then by the time the afternoon rolls around, I'm usually in the editing or working on admin or working on things that don't require sound, because by the midday to the afternoon, it is really hot here in South Carolina and humid, and I have a window unit air conditioner in the barn studio, and it is loud. So I usually have to turn it off whenever I'm filming, and then it will get really warm in here. So I try to do some of that stuff really early in the morning so that once it's warm, I can do things where the air conditioner be on doesn't matter. So I have to plan ahead for certain things. If it rains super hard, you're going to hear the rain hitting the tin roof in here. One of the other things I've been trying to make a routine has been getting back to doing morning pages. Morning pages help clear your mind. They help clarify things like your thoughts and maybe what you want and what you need. And sometimes what we need is not necessarily what we want. And we oftentimes have to clarify those things. I've been doing a lot of work on journaling. I have been journaling and figuring out some things. I have been doing more evening pages, which is more of a reflective kind of journaling. It's a different kind of journaling than morning pages. Let's talk about habits. Forming better habits letting go of some of the bad habits and forming better habits and getting a better routine, a routine that actually works for you, because what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another person. I've tried a lot of different things, from the miracle morning to get things done to all different kinds of things. And I think a combination of different kinds of things have actually worked pretty well for me in some ways. It's sticking to things, and if it doesn't work well enough, I'm not going to stick to it. I'm going to get distracted by other things and not stick to it. So one of the things that I know I have to do is establish better priorities. I have to limit my procrastination. Procrastination for me comes from fear and distractions, from self-doubt, from perfectionism, and then from being distracted. I have to keep track of my goals. I need to get healthier. I need to lose some weight. Some of the things that I have thought about are, lowering my reliance on willpower, because that's not always going to be a good thing. I have pretty decent willpower with certain things and not so decent willpower with other things. But if I'm not putting all the emphasis on willpower to help my day go well, or to making myself be motivated, and I'm actually in the habit of this better routine, all the emphasis, it will become a habit, this routine, the better routine that works for me. It will become a habit. So that's my goal. Maybe start my day off when I get to the desk with like an affirmation, write it down in my bullet journal. And then, but before I even get to that point, waking up, doing morning pages. After my morning pages are finished, go make the coffee, get ready for the day, come out here and be proactive. Focus on the things that are going to help me, that will help me be in a better state of mind, a better frame of mind, a more creative frame of mind. Maybe part of that might be visualizing things, visualization, which people say is really good. Part of that will be reading, like anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes or so, first thing in the morning, and then from 5 to 20 minutes or so, last thing in the evening, along with my journaling in the journaling in the A6 5-year Hobonichi. I want to get back into the practice of doing that. Being accountable. And I think this One Book July challenge is a great way for me to hold myself accountable, because I'll be doing weekly updates. My to-do list need to be better prioritized, and they need to be more manageable. And I think the way to do that is to do chunks of time, sort of like the Pomodoro method, where I do work in chunks so that I have breaks in between, and to actually fit into my schedule eating breakfast and lunch and things like that, because I get really busy and then I'll forget to eat, and that's not good for me. And I think one of the other things I probably ought to schedule in my time, when talking about visualization, would be some time to daydream, maybe some quiet time, some meditative time, some time like that, so that I can refill my creative well. And then at last but not least, where I was talking about like breaking up my day, taking breaks, moving around, getting up out of this chair, taking a walk. Maybe while I'm out on the walk, I could take some pictures, or maybe while I'm out, I could sketch a little bit, or go outside, spend 10 minutes outside sitting on the picnic table or on the swing and draw and watercolor something for a quick sketch for 5 or 10 minutes. Nothing major, just something to get myself up out of this chair, out of my studio, and out in the fresh air, some vitamin D, some sunshine. It's better for your mindset. I think it makes you a lot happier and healthier. And that's where I'm at, is I want to invest in myself in the ways that matter. So instead of buying a bunch of products or having that, not that there's anything wrong with those things, there aren't. But one of the things, this is my birthday month. So instead, I was thinking, normally I will buy the thing. Well, this is also Victor's birthday month. And this year, instead of going and buying him presents and stuff like that, I am going to take him to one of the malls. It's about an hour or so away. They have a science store, and they have all these science kind of things. So I'm going to do that and let him pick out something from there. So not a toy, something is a more that he's very interested in science. I was also thinking about maybe going to one of the museums for kids that has to, maybe the astronomy, they have one somewhere with like a big telescope. I'm going to see if I can find where that's at. And then they have some other things that I could take him to. So that's one of the things I've been thinking about doing, is taking him somewhere and making it, either me and him or me and him and David, and doing something that's just him, not Selena, just having a Victor day, a day that's just all about Victor. Doing things like that with him. And then on my birthday, I think that's kind of what I want from David, is to have a day, like maybe the day after my birthday or the day of my birthday if he's off on that day, making that day about doing stuff for us and for me, where we go out. We start our day with coffee together. We go out and take like a walk in nature or something. We go visit somewhere. I would like to take my travel bag for art and have some sketch time, some art time. I would like to just get out and about and away from home. So it's about presence, as in PRESENCE, presents, not presents as in gifts. So that's my goal for this coming month in July. And we also have Shark Week. Big fan of Shark Week. Shark Week starts on the 11th and it ends on the 18th. And I am a big fan of all the ocean. I love anything ocean and sea related. In June, I was concentrating on was World Sea Turtle Week and things like that, and I concentrated on the sea turtles. In July, we actually have Shark Awareness Day in July, and I want to make it a point to help acknowledge and get the information out there that they are still killing sharks for their fins to sell, which is actually illegal in most places, to sell for shark fin soup. And the rest of the shark, they don't utilize, they're just killing the shark for its fin and making soup out of its fin. And we got to put a stop to this, because without sharks, our ecosystem is not going to survive. Sharks are necessary for the ecosystem, for our life cycle of the world, for the world. They're necessary. Normally they don't bother you if you don't bother them. When we go out into the ocean, we are actually going out into their territory, their home. So we're going to talk some more about that in a whole nother video. But sharks and the ocean, the sea, are my theme for July. Like I said, for June, it was sea turtles. For July, it will be sharks. August, I think I'm going to do killer whales. People are still capturing killer whales for confinement and stuff. So anyway, and whales. People are still killing whales. So I don't know. I might do killer whales and whales. This month is sharks, and Shark Week, and One Book July. And I'm also, so let's talk about what I'm going to be doing. One Book July 2021, y'all. So what I'm going to be using, this is the Hobonichi Cousin. Like I said, this is my home, family, personal. I have July. I'm going to be adding the finances and the stuff like that, the stuff that I need to keep up with. I'll be putting that in here. And then we get to where Shark Week starts, and that was just some ink that smeared. I'm going to make the most of that and do something with it. Maybe make it a jellyfish. And then I start with my sharks. So here is where July starts, and I'm going to be putting my focus for things right here, writing what some of my intentions are for July, my focus and intentions. This is my bullet journal. I've been adding stickers as I go, and I did get a sticker kit. It was actually for like an Erin Condren. It didn't matter. It worked well enough for my bullet journal from NMH Creations on Etsy. So this was June, and we start July. And I used the baby shark. I did a baby shark because if you're not aware of the baby shark song, my granddaughter, who will be 2 in August, is a big fan of Cocomelon. She absolutely loves Cocomelon, the cartoon. And it has the baby shark. She has got our whole household humming the baby shark theme. Baby shark. I have a quote from Peter Benchley, who is the writer of the movie, of the book Jaws that the movie was made from. They did change quite a few things in the movie from the book. I hope that Jaws will have brought sharks into the public interest at a time when we desperately need to reevaluate our care for the environment. So here's my monthly spread, and I have a little section here for waiting on. I won't be ordering very much stuff. This is my calendar. This is my log, and I have some things I need to kind of keep up with, but I go to the doctor Wednesday morning, so I'm going to add this because I'm not sure of exactly what she wants me to track, the other things, so I'm going to add that once I talk to her. My habit tracker, 2 empty spaces right here, which I will add to. And this is the one tracker that I'm going to be doing for the doctor. And I realize I have like that tracker in the front of this for the year, but I find it easier to keep up with during the month, and then at the end of the month or sometime during the month, move it to that yearly so that I can look at it on the year, but I have this to look at it from the month. And I have highlighted when the new moon and the full moon are. Here's the new moon and the full moon so that I know, because believe it or not, that does affect our sleep and our moods and stuff like that. This was my brain dump for July, things I wanted to work on for like one book of July and things like that. And I actually wrote down what am I doing and what am I using. July is not going to be one book for me. I'm not reducing things down to one book. This is going to be more of like a 4 or 5 book July. So this is my content planner kind of thing. I have Patreon, YouTube membership, blog, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, my Facebook group. These are like my goals and actions and notes, and this little calendar, which I will be using some stickers, color coding to put whenever things post, and then writing the name of what it is. Then we have this week, and this is today, and I will fill this in after this video. I have a little post-it note. So I have a list of little things that I know so far that we need. One of the things I want to do is I've color-coded some time stuff here. And this is sort of like my version of the Alistar method. So we have this here. I have AM, work, PM, and I have listed things that do I need to keep up with? You know, do I do morning pages? Have I done skincare and hygiene? Have I made coffee? Did I make the bed? Did I have breakfast? Admin and email, 15-20 minutes of visualization and intentions. And then I have stretches here. And then I have art for 30 minutes to an hour. I have film and edit. And we have lunch, film and edit. Film or edit or both. And then I have other work stuff, and then I have my tidy the area, which is my closing end of the day ritual. And then I go in the house and I start dinner, and I clean, and I have exercise time right here. And then this says dinner time with loved ones, shower, skincare, read, journal, and then we have sleep right here. So we have wake up and sleep. This will change as I go through. I will write down, this is for the week, mind you. So on the day, here's the day. Now I don't need to do that in here. I can do it in the Hobonichi. I can time track in the Hobonichi. And I'll know what I'm doing and how long I've spent doing whatever it is I'm doing. And this is where I'm at with the bullet journal. And so far, I'm really liking this setup. It's working really well. So you can see I've been doing lots of things. I didn't check those. I'll get to that. Routines and habits are the big thing for me to concentrate on in One Book July. That's one of the added things this year. That's the special thing that they're going to be doing. It's working on routines and habits. Carie Harling's doing the book Atomic Habits, and I'm going to be doing a read along with her. Tiny changes, remarkable results, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones by James Clear. So start reading that. I have just started the introduction. And then for me personally, for my creativity, this is for me, for my disciplined creativity, for my disciplined. And then this is for me for for myself. One of the things I want to do is start creating art daily. And I don't mean just the little doodles that I do in like the bullet journal, although that is art in a way. I also want to do more of what I would be calling like an art journal, sketch journal kind of thing. I have my sketchbook. I have 2 different sketchbooks I'm going to be working on in July. They're real sketchbooks with watercolor paper in them, so that it's not so formal, so that I can practice more. I have also this. I have an A6 and this is the B6 notebooks from Bree from Document to Journey. This one is covered. It has the ocean and the sun. You can see there, and the other one has trees and mountains, I believe. What I want to do, sorry about the plane, is chronicle things in this. This is a mixture of Tomo River paper and mixed media paper from Strathmore. These don't have to be perfect replications of the things. They just have to be fun, and I have to enjoy doing them, and they have to be moments from my life. I don't have a picture of the little bee that got in the vehicle when I went to the dermatologist's office on Thursday of last week. As soon as I opened the door, this little like honeybee came in, and I know I drew it very big, but that was the concentration for this. And I kept gently trying to shoo it out of the vehicle because, you know, we need to save the bees. I'm like the bee whisperer over here in my vehicle, trying to shoo it out because I knew if I just shut the door and left the bee in there, the bee was going to die from the heat and the humidity. 2, my husband is allergic to them, so I didn't want the bee to stay in my car just in case it didn't die from the heat and humidity, you know, because him being allergic to them. So I'm trying to shoo the little honeybee out of my vehicle, and the people that pulled in next to me thought I was crazy, but that's okay because the little honeybee did go out of my car, and I was happy. I was able to finally shut the door. I wasn't trying to make this perfect. Like, I didn't do the door or anything. I kind of concentrated on my view while I was sitting there, you know, with the door open, trying to shoo the little bee out, and that's what I concentrated on. I took a day off a couple of times, and I went to visit my cousin at the lake, which is about 30 minutes from here. Her and her husband bought a condo on the lake near Santee National Park, and the pool at the condominium place is sitting right there on like the next part over. The water is over, so the lake, and then there's Santee National Park. So I was like really excited. You can see there. And then this was documenting my travel palette and travel kit, and I've been changing things, trying to figure out what I want in my travel palette, my travel kit, different things like that. I always pack too much, and I'm trying to reduce. Right now I've packed a bunch, and I'm trying to reduce. Like, I have my desk bag, which is right here. That's my Delphonics pouch, and I redid it for July. And like, I have this, which I could technically take with me if I wanted to go like just out in the yard. I could take this and my palette and some water brushes and be fine. So I have a couple of different options. This stays on the desk. So I want to have the travel stuff separate than the stuff on the desk. And I'm going to be drawing my day, and this is the new book from Samantha Dion Baker. I have her other book, which is Draw Your Day, and I like this one so far much better than the Draw Your Day book. This actually has lessons in it and stuff, information for you to learn, and I'm really excited about doing this. So we have Atomic Habits, this book, and this book. So I'm going to be reading and practicing. And like I said, this is the Hobonichi, which I've shown. And then I have this. One of the things that I was thinking about is that I really need to keep track of finances for Burgess Taylor, for Journey with Burgess, for what I spend, what I make. I need to make better choices about things and keep track of things better. And one of the things I thought about is, what do I really need to do that? And I had this Moterm, and I had heard about the Moleskine, and this is the daily, the 18-month. So we have July's calendar right here, and then I actually did a pen test, and this paper is much better than the paper that you get in the little Moleskines that you order. This paper is better than that. It's more like how Moleskine paper used to be. So then we get to where July starts. What I've done is I've changed this from a day thing, timetable, you had the days of the week, to July through December, and I can put the log down of what I've bought, and I will write the item and the date we have the start. So one of the things I thought about doing is doing some of the time tracking for work in here instead of the Hobonichi. Like I said, I could do it in the Hobonichi, but I think this is what I'm going to start doing, is tracking my time here in the Moleskine and start out with what I'm doing. Did I get it done? I'm not going to journal in it. It's just going to be like notations of what I've done. And over to the side, I can write down information, like if I purchased something, why did I purchase it? Did I really need it? Because I have so much stuff now that sometimes it's too much to choose from. I am at this place where I need to figure out, because there's not a whole lot that I need except for stuff that I need to replace as things get used up, or if there's something I really, really, really want to try, or if it's something little that I need to order for the next month for that theme or whatever. That's what this is for. And this shows what I'm doing and then what I can do. Okay, so that I can kind of keep up with things in a pretty decent way. And I've got information, and this is going to be like the habits and routines thing. So I think it's important for me to, I can spend some time right here thinking about how I want to do the routine. There's some pages in here that I could use. It starts in July, then and then it continues on to all of next year. I will see how it goes, but I could take some of the pages either in the Hobonichi or in the bullet journal, figure out my routine, and then, like I said, I will log things here. I think I may put the routines here, and once I figure it out, like towards the end of the month, I'm hoping I will know more of what my routine is going to be, and I can write down what habits I'm including in that, like drawing art daily. My goal is for 20 minutes to an hour, to making art part of my day for 20 minutes to an hour every day. I have my sketchbook. I have that plane. Here's the large sketchbook. This is a sketchbook by Etcher, and this is hot press paper. My small square one from Pentalic is cold press. This is hot press. I'm going to do my palette here, and then do some other little things like drawing things from my palette, maybe little things from my travel bag, having the palette on one side, the watercolor palette, and then including pens and other things that I want to be part of my travel palette. This was where I did the World Sea Turtle Month. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. This was me practicing for some PDF stuff that I wanted to do for Patreon. This is me doing more practice with the sea turtle, and I put my colors and listed what things I was interested in. And then I probably do a shark maybe right here. I'm gonna watercolor a shark. I'm gonna watercolor a killer whale. I probably will watercolor some other kind of whale and a couple of different kinds of shark. So I might do a different sea turtle here. I promised David I'd do one more sea turtle. I'll do a sea turtle in different colors, and then I'll do different kinds of sharks. I'll do maybe one big shark and then do some smaller sharks, like do 6 different sharks in this, make some squares and do some different sharks, and then one big shark. Maybe I'll do a killer whale here, and then I'll do some other things like a whale shark and a humpback whale. So that's where I'm at with this. This is an A4 sketchbook, so it's where I'm practicing things. And then my small 4x4 sketchbook. Here's the A6 sketchbook from Bree, and it's in the cork cover. So this one has the trees on the cover like this. It looks like the pencil board. And I have done a few things in it that was more or less plain air sketching, but it was just light, like capturing the essence of things quickly. So that's where I'm at. And then I have some blank pages, and then I have where I did the Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle, because Eric Carle is the writer and illustrated of the series, the books from the Very Hungry Caterpillar series, and he died on May 23rd at the age of 91. I wanted to document that. So this is what I'm going to be doing in the A6 for fun. I'm trying to sketch in watercolor on different kinds of paper. And then this is the Pentalic, I think this is the 4x4 sketchbook, which I started in 2018, and I only have like a few things. I did this for Victor and never watercolored it. That was Victor's request. This was a class I was taking with Stephen Reddy. This I did with Victor, and I have realized how I did some things wrong for the top. That's it. That's all I did, because I got really upset with how this looked and how badly I did the top part. And perfectionism sank in, and I never went back. Well, I'm going back, and I'm going to go to Starbucks on one of my artist dates in July, and I'm going to redo this, and we'll see how it looks, and I will date stamp it. This is my plein air, get out and do things sketchbook, because it's little and it's manageable. And then, like I said, this is my practice. I may sketch things in the yard, sitting at the picnic table and stuff, where I don't have to worry about, like, I can sketch it in pencil and then go back in here and do the watercoloring. So that's pretty much it for my setup. I do have my travel bag right here. I have been setting up. I'm going to get to that in a separate video. As part of my create art every day is to get out more and do more plein air sketching. Get out and about, take more artist dates. So I'm going to work on that. But every year that I've been participating in One Book July, and I've been participating since 2015, I've learned something different, something new. Each year it has brought me a little bit closer to what really works for me. Sometimes things change because we change. I started out just kind of being caught up in the whirlwind of planner and journal, the rabbit hole on YouTube, and then doing videos about journaling and planning and stuff. And the more I got into it, the more I got into it. So some of what I do has changed from the very beginning. The Hobonichi style journaling, the daily journaling, and I've just taken it and run with it, and expanded on. And that's how One Book July has been for me as well, is every year it expands in some way or other, whether it's that project planning that we did the one year, or the couple of years like we did the bullet journaling. I'm not into digital planning. The most I do digitally is add things to my calendar on the phone. That's about it. And that's kind of just to remind me, or so that I can use Google Maps more easily whenever I have to go somewhere and I'm not sure where I'm going, and like it's a doctor's appointment or whatever. I'm not a digital person. I am more of an analog person. I like the sketchy, non-perfect, unperfect, illustrated look of things. I know I could clean up things a little bit better with Procreate and, create better things. But I don't know, there's something about homemade ones that you actually do by hand and not on Procreate. Although I could create multiple images on one thing in Procreate, which I need to learn how to do. Y'all, I don't have time. I need to make time to practice. But it's not one of my top priorities, so my time to practice goes elsewhere, like with drawing, improving my drawing skills, watercoloring, improving my watercoloring skills, improving my writing skills, improving my video editing skills, improving my filming skills, which is, Lord knows, that's why I don't really vlog a whole lot, because I'm not a good vlogger. I can tell a story, but telling a story with my videos, my days are pretty similar, like really similar. So there's not a whole lot to really, except for what I'm physically doing. The journal with me's and the plan with me's cover that though. So I don't know, y'all. I think One Book July is a really good opportunity for me to fine tune things I'm already doing in my system, to discover and rediscover things that I love, things that I'm going to enjoy, be more organized, a better routine, maybe a routine I can actually stick to, helping me procrastinate less because I'll be more organized and efficient. We'll see how things go, but I'm excited about this One Book July, and I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments If you are participating in One Book July, if you have ever participated, what you'll be doing, if I'm going to leave the link to both books below, but I hope that you'll join us for the One Book July Challenge. So the One Book July Challenge, hashtag One Book July 2021. So I'm going to be doing Atomic Habits, drawing my day every day, watercoloring my day, art, creating art every day, improving upon the system I already have, improving my journaling, my art, my planning, all of the above. And I'll see y'all again real soon. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell for the notification. All of that helps the channel with the YouTube analytics and all. So I am recommended to other people, so we can help other people find my channel. Thank you. Bye, y'all. Have a great one.